Welcome to this presentation called Ditch the Blame Game, the Victim Mindset, and the Conspiracy Theory Obsession. Hi, my name is Mr. Advocate. I'm the founder of RiseToYourTop. So what is this game? This game is, at the end of the day, really a leadership model. Leaders have been using it for decades, how to influence people, how to control people. And you need all these three elements. The blame part of the game requires a villain. So we need somebody to put all our emphasis on, negative thoughts. They're a villain. And this villain has come and beat us up, and we're innocent. So part of the game is to demonstrate our innocence, a bad guy, and the bad guy came and hurt us. We didn't have anything to do with it. We're just innocent bystanders, part of the model. Then the model requires this conspiracy theory obsession, and basically the conspiracy theory is to scare us, that there's a secret plan out there to hurt us and even kill us. So that's the blame game. Those are the elements of the blame game. Again, they've been around for a long period of time. All leaders have used it. The problem we have right now, it's gone pervasive. It's off the charts in terms of its use. It's happening everywhere, every walk of life, in a personal life, political life, financial, social, everywhere. It's just gone off the charts, having an unbelievably negative impact, on each of us, the leaders as well as the followers at the same time. And the reason there's so much power behind it is that, after all, who hasn't been victimized at some point? We all have been victimized. That's not the issue. The issue is that we get a victim mindset. We've all been victimized, and there's usually somebody to blame for it, sometimes including ourselves, but we've been victimized. And there are conspiracy theories out there. There are things out there that are trying to hurt us. So it's an easy sell. It's an easy buy-in. Again, the problem that we have is that its impact on us is becoming very, very problematic. First of all, in the normal aspect of it, it develops destructive emotions and behaviors. This is actually what the leaders are trying to do. They're trying to develop destructive emotions and behaviors in us, such as anger, hate, and revenge. Now, some leaders actually don't know that that's what's happening. And it may not actually be a conscious decision on their behalf, but it is happening. People are going out, for example, and protesting, and then it moves to a riot. And that's because of the anger factor, the hate factor, and the revenge factor. Again, even if it wasn't the leader's intent, this is what's happening because, again, it's so pervasive. Now, there's also an insidious nature to it, in that these are sort of outward emotions and behaviors to hurt somebody else. But curiously, we may be hurt more than we're hurting others if we're exercising the blame game. So it has this insidious nature of creating a self-destructive emotional mindset, such as fear, defeatism, and hopelessness. And those, as we know, lead us into anxiety disorders, depression, panic attacks, and even suicide. So the blame game is influencing in a very dramatic way all these emotional disorders. And that's why it's become pervasive. So we must have some countermeasures to deal with this issue. A major countermeasure is forgiveness. And forgiveness in this particular context the forgiveness is to free ourselves from the victim mindset. The forgiveness isn't to forgive somebody else for themselves, even though we should do that. It's to forgiveness of the other person to set us free so that we can get into a zone of seeing ourselves as both part of the problem and part of the solution. That, both of these, the freedom and seeing ourselves part of the problem and solution, that's a countermeasure to move away from the blame game. And it's very, very powerful if you can get the forgiveness thing done. And in another video, I'm going to go into forgiveness in depth to help you through that process. The next countermeasure is to rise to your top. Now, this is a redirecting of our energies from tearing down others to building ourselves up. It's about our own personal excellence. It's about our purpose and our passions to rise to our top. So in this case, self-focus isn't selfish. It actually helps others. But it'll help us out of the blame game if we can start refocusing our minds from tearing down to building up. The next very powerful countermeasure is to value yourself, which a lot of people don't do, by the way, is value yourself and all, keyword is all, people above ideology. Value human beings more than ideology. Because as we all know, ideology is a primary conflict that leads to wars. And that war could be between countries, it could be within families, it could be within institutions, but it's over ideology. And in our societies, we are polarizing more and more on ideology, and therefore creating more conflict. And in that conflict, we get caught more into the blame game, the victim game, and the conspiracy mindset, and all to our detriment, by the way. But if we can value a human being above ideology, that's going to move us out of the blame game. And what's curious, if we really have a goal in our society of equity and justice for all, this is the root, to value people above ideology. So these are very, very powerful countermeasures to a very, very powerful game called the blame game. Now there's something that we can do right away to move us in the directions so that we can get those three powerful things done. We need to be able to take, well, let's call them baby steps. And these are more baby steps, and that was a pun, meant to be pun here. And so the first thing that we can do is we can get out, go outside, and walk barefoot on the grass or in the sand, anywhere where you can find earth, because there's some type of a healing power that occurs when we're barefoot and walk on the earth. I don't know what it is, if it's magnetic or something, but there's a healing power, and that's available to anybody who can take their shoes off and find some earth. That's amazing. We all can do that. And then two, again, a lot of our clients, as you know, are misunderstood creative thinkers. So if you went out for a walk and started to seek what I call creative artistic expressions, look for them. Again, it could be architecture, it could be gardening, it could be a mural on the wall somewhere, if you're more in a cityscape scenario. So look for artistic expressions, and that also has a healing and a positive impact. And if we have a pet, take the pet with you. Take the pet with you. Walk the dog, so to speak. Because pets, as we know, are very therapeutic in their own right. They can give us unconditional love. Not many people can do that. So a pet, a dog, can actually give us unconditional love. And the healing power of that is amazing. So if you can put all those three together, let me suggest that's going to be a real impact on you, preparing you to start thinking about at least the forgiveness, the rise to your top, and valuing yourself and others above ideology. Now, that's, I know, a very quick overview. I'm going to go into more detail on all these elements and other videos. But I do want to leave you with this one thought, that love the world and others as you love yourself. Love is still a powerful component in us. I don't think there's many people love themselves, they don't love each other, and maybe they don't love the world. But boy, that's a countermeasure, kind of wraps it up from the blame game that again is just destroying us. So I hope this is getting you to think, at least, to start developing some more action plans in your life that are positive, that can help you ditch the blame game, and start healing from all these negative emotions that are bringing on our anxiety, bringing on depression, panic attacks, etc. So before I leave, I just want to invite you again to be part of our team. We have a goal to reach as many people on the globe to stare down anxiety and start to rise to their unique tops. And all you need to do at this point in time is to subscribe to the channel and you become part of the team. I hope that you'll do that, and I love to be able to say welcome aboard. Anyway, I'd love to see you on the next video. Bye for now.